Good afternoon. Welcome to the Horse with No Name podcast, live from the Horse Athletic Center. Joined as always by co-host Tyler Greenly and today by women's volleyball player Hannah Gipe. Have some questions for Hannah, and she doesn't know anything about any of these, so we're looking forward to that. So the team is 11-5, pretty consistent play, probably more consistent than in years past a bit. What is different about this season in terms of your play and how it's been going through the first 16 matches?
It's a great question. I think it has a lot to do with years building up to now, honestly, and kind of what we've been working towards with building towards a winning culture and having a legacy team. And really, the goal this year is to do something we never have before. We're obviously aiming towards SNEAC champs. That's our big, hairy, audacious goal, but it's not far off. And with how we've been playing so far this season, I think it just has a lot to do, at least with this is my fourth year here, career-wise. I know us as seniors have really been building towards this. So slowly, I mean, we've been through different coaches, different atmospheres, different challenges, but I think all that we've been learning has been just building up to this season.
You're stealing my future questions. So this is your third coach in 3 years for all different reasons, and no ill will, just different reasons. Third coach in 3 years. How have you and the upperclassmen who had to experience each of those changes adjusted to each season?
Yes, so we had Coach Bealey for 2 years, and then Coach Jackie last year, and now Coach Micah this year. And how it would seem to kind of be a disadvantage from another perspective, I think it's really been a huge advantage for us because as athletes, getting those different perspectives and different educationally, wisdom, different experience, all of that just makes us better as athletes and as players. If you would have told me before that I would have had 3 different coaches in my career here, it probably wouldn't have been an attractive concept to think about. But I really am super grateful for all of the coaches we've had, and I think they've all benefited us hugely in different ways. And I think it's really just been building up to, our senior year here with Coach Micah. And we've been learning so much every year, learning so many different things. So I think the Lord really knew what coaches we needed at the right time, and it's just really been a blessing, yeah.
So just to kind of encapsulate your whole career, there's been probably more put on you guys as upperclassmen than most collegiate student athletes, from happy times to sad times to good play to bad play, 3 coaches. What will you take from your time here? Maybe not even from the court. Maybe we're talking about the court, maybe we're not. I don't know, however you want to take the direction of the question. But certainly you've learned a ton about life, about yourself, about your teammates. What are you going to take from here when it's all said and done?
Everything I've learned, you just contemplate that constantly as a senior, just looking back. The last first home game is like really emotional you're like, why am I super emotional right now? But it's not even senior night. But I'm just super grateful for my time here at LBC in general, and Charger volleyball has really changed my life and grown me so much. It's been a priceless time just growing as a person through this program. And we really value our time off the court and together. We really are a family. Our coaches really value growing us spiritually more than anything. We've said who we become is far greater than what we accomplish, and that's been a huge theme for us. But all the while getting better at volleyball is the goal also, and that really, we can see that now also going into this season. And until you put in our last article that we won 12 games all of last season, and we're at 11 right now, like almost mid-season, actually blew my mind, because thinking about just the feeling of winning and like the adrenaline you get going off of it, and that we only felt that 12 times last season versus how many, like we felt that same amount now going into like halfway through. Really just, I think we've been able to stay really focused, but also really driven. And Coach Micah really reminds us to be grateful and enjoy winning, but also not be satisfied with where we're at, which is very important, just to stay driven towards our bigger goals. So, but my time has just been invaluable as a Charger volleyball player, and the girls, like, I could not be on the court or off the court with a better group of young women. I'm just convinced that there's no better team. So, the time has been amazing.
All right, so we'll go on the court now. Enough legacy stuff, even though you're getting old. That's not funny, Tyler. So your combined record here in 3 years, 3-8 overall against Gallaudet, Wells, and Keuka. Don't roll your eyes. We have them all in our gym this weekend. We've never had Gallaudet here, ever. I checked. I looked back. It took 5 minutes. So, yes, never been here. So they're coming here Friday night, tomorrow night, 6 o'clock. Why is this year different? Why can this year be different? Let's just focus on the court play. Why is that 3-8 record in the past, and we're going forward this weekend?
We are beating Gallaudet. I also have a problem with my pronunciation. I say Gallaudet, and I get a real hard time for that. But I know everyone says Gallaudet up here. But I took ASL in high school, and we said, but I don't think we really, I mean, we were way far away, so we could have just pronounced it. Okay, so GU, whatever. So the Bison, yes.
The Bison.
All I know is Gallaudet's coming to the pasture this Friday, and things are going to be different. I don't know. We went, I don't know how many times. We went to them at least twice last year, going for playoffs. Yeah. Oh, it was rough. And hard-fought games, just very emotionally invested, so hard to lose. It's just super competitive with them, along with other teams like Berks, which was also a great win. Just to win against rivals like that is a huge deal. So what's going to be different this Friday, we're very locked in, and we have our goals set. We are focusing in practice. Mental toughness is a huge thing that we've been working on. I think this year on the court, one of the things we've hugely improved on is our steadiness. We've usually been very up and down, dig ourselves in holes, have to work super hard. I know you're frustrated with that, to dig ourselves out of. I know, just as an observer, you know. Our number 2 supporter, as you say, behind the coaches. But I'm hugely excited. Also, not comparing wins and losses throughout conference of the season, but just we can tell that a few of us teams, including us in Gallaudet, are at the top and, you know, competing to who's going to be the higher up, who's going to beat who. And I just think everything's set for us to be successful as long as we implement everything we're learning. I know that Gallaudet's also a very steady team. Their coach, just from observing and playing them over the past 4 years, just keeps them very level-headed, and they're just a very reliable team. But I feel like we have all the aspects this season going in to be able to outplay them. So
I have a question real quick.
Very good. Go ahead.
So yeah, you say we have 3 big conference games coming this weekend, and as a senior, you're used to that. How do you get your underclassmen and other teammates prepared for probably 3 of the biggest games for the NEAC conference?
Yeah, I think just educating them is super important. Just to even like with the win against Berks, I was just me and the seniors just saying nobody really knows how epic this is. Like, nobody really knows, because unless you've played them for all these years, we haven't beat them since our freshman year once, and just lose all the other times. It is just huge, and to host is a huge deal. To be able to sleep in our own beds, as Coach says, get our rest, have the home advantage. I do think it's very important to communicate to the underclassmen how big of a deal this is, and Coach just says constantly moving us towards our future goals in the season. To be where we want to be at the end of the season, we have to accomplish this, and it's very attainable. The coaches know what to do to set us up right, and we just have to work hard in practice and be ready to implement that. So yeah, the upperclassmen are really bought in, very supportive. Our sidelines are amazing, also super encouraging, and that's one of the huge parts of our team. So yeah, I think it's super important for us all to be on the same page and all be on board and all driven on and off the court for what's going to happen this weekend.
Okay, I have women's volleyball superlatives. I don't want you to think. I want you to just. I want the first name.
That's a big word.
Superlatives? Is that good for you?
I'm not sure if I know what that means.
I have a master's degree. It's not a big deal. Yeah. So like the first one, best singer.
I just say Courtney Goriak. That was a big one.
Best dancer.
Either Hannah Thompson or Suze Whiting.
Most fun on road trips.
Gosh, that's most fun on road trips. That's a struggle because they're all wild, those that I've mentioned. So we just had a big trip to New York, and we did Charger Idol, which is where it's like. Okay.
Hold on. Hold on. So you didn't answer that, but I don't even care. The loudest person on the team.
Loudest. Oh, Becca Roberts. What am I kidding? Becca Bob all the way.
The quietest person on the team.
Probably right now, one of our freshmen. Probably they're, feeling things out. They're more quieter. So probably like Taylor, Malin, Max, a pretty vocal freshman, Casey, all the freshmen basically.
Okay. Tell us about Charger Idol. I wanted to trap you. I did a little research myself. I won't say from whom. You figured it out pretty easily.
Ashton.
I did not say that. So when Ashton comes looking for me, Greenly sold her down the river. Yeah. Charger Idol. I'll give you 30 seconds to explain. I understand, though, that I'm sitting next to the winner of Charger Idol. So I'll give you 30 seconds.
Okay. It is, we love to talk about this. So it's 2 years in the making, second annual one this year, started it last season. So it's pretty self-explanatory when you think of American Idol, but it's Charger Idol. So we take advantage of our long New York trips, 5 hours there, and we do Charger Idol. So everyone has to pick a song, and you practice, you prepare. Courtney Goyak said she was preparing since last spring for this. She also sang a VeggieTales song. It was very good, very entertaining. But you get up in front of the bus, put your headphones in, turn it all the way up so you can't hear yourself, and you sing the song. You're basically screaming it, the worse the better. And the coaches judge. And last year we even had Simon, accents, all the different characters were. But this year they kind of just came together and judged. And I am proud to say that I was the champion this season. I was runner-up last year to Suze Whiting. She really held it down. She sang a Beyonce song this year. I'm surprised she didn't win. There were lots of good ones this year. We thought Jenny Lenko was going to win. Jenny Mulvey, who am I kidding? She's married. Because she just took it out of the ballpark. She was shaking it up there. And but I sang As Good As I Once Was by Toby Keith in dedication to the seniors. I ain't as good as I once was. But so they liked my performance up there, wore a cowboy hat, kind of threw it at the audience at the end. But yes, very proud of that. We love Charger Idol. We're going to do a second one with possible teamwork together. So like duets, quartets, who knows? So yeah, we'll see how that goes.
We actually, I think my freshman year, we did a talent show for baseball, and I sang Don't Stop Believing. It's so funny. I did lost, but that's classic.
I believe you'll have 2 more guests on the next New York road trip.
Nate McFarland actually wrote a song and won. It was pretty impressive. He wrote a song? He called it Baseball, and if you want it,
wow.
Just talk to him. It's cool.
Bring him in for a live performance?
Maybe.
Okay, fine.
Possibly.
Okay, well, terrific. I like Charger Idol. All right. Charger's got talent.
So that's open to anything then.
Okay. So we're just going to rip off every title of every – okay, very good. Okay, and this is the last one. Because you gave me such a hard time about my top 5 cereals, you're going to give your top 5, and then I'm going to make fun of you for the next week, just like you. Yeah, I want you to your best cereals, no prep, ready.
Good thing I actually kind of did have prep because listening to the podcast, I thought, okay, what are my favorites? Or I was just thinking of possible favorites that you could have asked me. Okay, so in no particular order necessarily, Reese's Puffs, Cocoa Puffs, Frosted Flakes. I know these are like, I'm not going to mention the healthy ones, so just here we go. I'm also going to buy you your favorite cereal for your birthday, just so you have no
good old
excuse to buy
for
those
the
gross
birthday.
healthy ones. 2 left. Man, what are you really?
Yeah.
Crispix, which I didn't even know existed. We'll throw that one in for you, and then the last one. Man, I don't know. Not Captain Crunch. More like whatever off-brand cereals. I'll go with like my thing for like hot dog pizza. The ODC is my favorite food on my roster. Whatever off-brand cereals they have in the ODC, I really adore because they come in clutch when dinner's iffy. So.
Hot dog pizza.
I'm going to
that's
pass on that comment. Go ahead, Tyler.
Last year, I had that. When I saw it, I was like, "What is this?" And I'm not sure really how they figured out like that idea, but.
cereal they have currently behind the Reese's Puffs sign that's definitely not Reese's Puffs. They're like bears. Have you seen them, Tyler?
No.
Okay, so there's some type of chocolate peanut butter cereal that they put behind the Reese's sign, but it's definitely...
It's basically Reese's, that's what you're saying.
But they look like little bears, so I don't know
close.
what it is.
That's funny.
Well, the cereal notwithstanding, this has been terrific. Thank you very much for coming by. Tyler, you're good? Anything else?
Yeah, I'm good.
Well, of course, we say good luck. We'll be cheering for you. We'll be watching. And anything else?
Thank you for having me. Catch us in the pasture this weekend. Everyone come out and go Chargers.
Thank you very much. That was Hannah Gipe. Appreciate her coming by. So Tyler and I are going to run through a few updates on each team and preview what's coming up a bit. And then we have our top 5 for the week as well. We ran back the cereal list real quick there with Hannah. She gave me a hard time about the other cereals. I mean, everybody did, but it's just she had it pretty good.
At least she threw in Crispix for you.
She felt bad. So we're changing top 5 up a little bit just for in a few minutes. We're going to do the same 5 so that we're not asking each other questions. So we had a little prep. That way we're trying to we're answering because Tyler asked a question that he actually wanted to answer, and then I did the same thing last week. So we decided we're going to pick a question, and we're going to each give our 5. So anyway, quickly, though, the update, men's and women's cross country from last week. The men finished second out of 28 teams at the MSMC Invite up at Mount St. Mary's at Newburgh, New York. The Chargers did not win, but that is one of the best finishes we've ever had in program history. To have that many teams and to have to finish second out of 28 teams, and one of our better runners, Tanner, didn't even run in the race, and had he run, we're possibly talking about a victory out of the 28 teams. So it was good to see the Chargers take second there last week at the MSMC Invite. Tanner Kerb's brother, Thatcher, finishing in second place overall, while Ebenezer Abebe finished third. So Chargers men's cross country team is sort of on a roll here as we head towards the last couple of regular season races prior to the NEAC Championships, which will be held here at LBC on the 27th of October. The women's cross country team did not place in the team standings due to only having 4 runners, but Kaylee Boger and Judith Breeze did lead the Chargers once again on the women's side. Men's soccer, they just wrapped up a 3-game homestand last night under the lights. They went 1-2 on that 3-game homestand. Their 2 losses came in overtime. They lost on homecoming Saturday to Cuca 2-1 in double overtime. Defeated Wells on Sunday 4-1 at the Donald H. Funk Field, and then lost last night in overtime to Wilkes in the 93rd minute. It feels like the team's in a good place. They are 4-5-1. They are 3-2 in conference play. And this sounds, simple and easier than it actually is, but they need to just keep scoring goals. They're doing very well against teams with defenses that are okay, even decent defenses. But these good to great defensive teams have sort of shut us down this season, and we just have to have better chances going forward. Tom Arts talked about it. Head coach Tom Arts talked about that ability to get a goal or 2 per game. And obviously the injury bug has bitten them a bit. And even last night, too, a couple more guys going down. Again, hopefully nothing too serious. But, it's almost contagious at this point, some of the injuries that are going around. Personally, I've been very impressed with a lot of the first-year players, or at least the first time some of these players are seeing big minutes. Dylan Schertzer, Jake Detterline, Rusty Ristine, Tim Nice, a few others. They're just good. They're good right now. I can only imagine that they're going to get better. I was talking to, I think it was to Tom. I love Tim Nice. He's just scrappy. And he's low to the ground. That's not a height joke. He's just low. His center of gravity is low. He just creates space for himself. He's a pest, and he's our pest. And it's just terrific. It is fun to watch him play soccer, and rewarded with his hard play with a goal, his first collegiate goal on Sunday against Wells. He had the 3rd goal there. And on that goal, he just kind of created space for himself, and no one was around. And it was because of his hard work, not because they forgot. It was just him finding space and drilled a shot in. It was great. So, Tyler, you've had a chance to watch the men's soccer team play a bunch. Agreement there? Or?
Yeah. It's just, like you said, they're playing very well. They're not making mistakes. It's just a couple bounces go here or there that don't go their way. that if they would go that way, they're winning these games. So it's a little frustrating. I'm sure it's frustrating for them that they're not getting some of these hops or bounces. I say hops because of baseball.
Such a baseball player.
Yeah, they're just eventually some of these bounces have to start going their way.
Yep.
And I think they're in a good spot where when that starts happening, they're going to be very good. So
Agreed. The women's soccer team, they won on Sunday to get back on track a bit there. They defeated Wells 4-0 there on Sunday afternoon after losing to Keuka on Saturday there at homecoming. Like the men, they just need to find a reliable goal scorer. They need to get a goal or 2 or 3 in some of these games, and they're trying. And again, they're trying hard, and the injury bug has gotten to them too. Kayla Hubbard was that person, and there's still hope that she can come back a bit here, maybe in the second half of the season, and get back to those scoring ways there. But I think if they're going to extend their playoff streak to 8, they got to start finding the back of the net, and they all know this. This isn't breaking news. I think Erin Mickle has done a great job in goal as she's taken over the starting job, and Jackie Moore has started to become a more offensive threat for the Chargers. They're looking for her up the field a lot. And, of course, the defense is still good. Michaela Landis, Maddie Dion, Kirsten Hatch playing a little bit more in the midfield these days. Julia Holtstrand, Julian Miller on the backside there on the defense. These are players who are stepping in, and I like the defense. It's always the same. The defense is great, but it's just a matter of finding the back of the net. I mean, even ties aren't going to be great. Both of these teams have big games this weekend at SUNY Cobleskill. Tyler, anything on the women there? I mean, I think we're seeing the same thing pretty much.
Yeah, I agree with you. It is cool to see. Their team is just kind of injured a lot, so it's just like it's cool to see some of the people that don't get as much playing time being able to really step up.
Yep.
And kind of fill those spots. But yeah, defense again looking good. Just got to find that consistent goal scorer.
Yep. The field hockey team losses to Notre Dame, Maryland, and Dublin Valley this week. Excuse me. It's the growing pains of a new program. The team is still trying hard. Head coach Becky Elliott still teaching the game, still motivating the players. And I know this is a hard lesson to learn and probably something you don't want to hear when you're down 7-0 in the first half. But I'm so excited for all of these ladies who are playing on the team this year for later in life, for 5 years down the road, when they can look back and A, say that they are the foundation of a program, and B, say that they didn't give up, that they're playing all these teams, and they're trying. And if goals were scored on effort and trying, I think we'd be a really good team. Unfortunately, we're getting to the skill aspect of it now, and this is just what happens on a first-year program, and we're seeing that. But, they're getting on the bus, and they're going, and they're playing, and they're enjoying as much as they can. And I love that Becky's still teaching. I love that she's trying to motivate. She's trying to find different things to make them tick. And it's awesome. So I know that you're still grasping field hockey, but you're getting it. You're
I'm
enjoying.
still learning.
You're enjoying.
Still learning. Yep.
So
yep.
It's good. I really, and as a fellow student athlete, I'm sure that that's good to see on your end of things too.
Oh, yeah. I think it speaks volumes to Coach Elliott too. Just being able to keep her players focused and helping them know, this is part of the process of growing a team. It's just credit to her too as well. So.
We talked about volleyball here with Hannah a little bit. They haven't played this week, but 3 of the bigger matches of the season coming up here in a, what is it? We'll give it a 16-hour span, give or take, a 20-hour span. We'll just go ahead into the coming up phase here of the podcast. They host Gallaudet on Friday night, 6 o'clock. Like we said, we've never hosted Gallaudet here at Horse Athletic Center. We are 0-11 all-time against Gallaudet. Any all-time series or how have we fared against Gallaudet, the conversation is going to go south quickly. But obviously, even before we talk to Hannah, and Tyler, you can jump in here, but I don't know if we're going to win or lose. If I did, I could save myself a Friday night. But it feels different. And I have not seen Gallaudet play a single point all year long. I'm sure that they're good. They're good all the time.
But we're good this year.
But I think we're good. That's exactly right.
They're consistently good too.
I agree. And I know Micah tries to, and that's such coach speak.
Yeah.
I think if you give him some truth serum, he'd probably tell you that they were good too. But something feels different. And even if we lose, I would still say that the team is different. And if we would play Gallaudet again, they wouldn't be frightened to play Gallaudet again. So, and I don't think we need to put all of our eggs in the Gallaudet basket. I think that those matches against Wells and Cuke are just as big. If we want to try to host a quarterfinal game, we're going to need to probably go 2-1 this weekend. 3-0, we can still keep talking about hosting a lot of things for volleyball. But I think 2-1 gets you to the top 4, probably, especially with the win over Berks already. We play Poly a little later, and Morrisville is still the best team in the conference, I think. So, but big matches this weekend.
But yeah, you look at the schedule or the standing. I'm sorry. These 3 teams are playing this weekend. They're right below us. So
right
it's time to put some space between us.
Nope,
for
agreed,
sure.
Agreed. And again, I think we focus on this sometimes too much with the standings. Again, as the Director of Athletic Communications, that's sort of my job. But I haven't played any minutes yet this year, unfortunately. So I think I look at that, and sometimes I'm fearful that we talk about it too much, and then that the players start to look at it, and there's added pressure. So I hope that they're not doing that. But I do think that there's a real sense with the team that this could be a fun, nice weekend. So.
Yeah.
The cross-country teams are at the DeSales Invitational up there in Center Valley, PA. That is a preview race for the NCAA Mid-East race. That'll be in the second weekend of November. I think it's the 10th of November. Field hockey is at Ramapo on Saturday. They're in Mahwah, New Jersey. The men's and women's soccer teams are at SUNY Cobleskill. Again, both big games, especially on the men's side. Cobleskill is 3-1, and they're playing very well. SUNY Cobbleskill's men's soccer team is strange. Sometimes they're really, really good, and other times you go up there and you can score 6 or 7 goals. So this is one of the seasons where they're good, and the guys need to be prepared for that for sure. Talked about volleyball. Next week at home, another busy one for us. Tuesday night, field hockey against Newman. That's a 7 o'clock start. Wednesday's women's soccer against Penn College at 6 o'clock. Thursday, volleyball at home, Dickinson, 7 o'clock. And next Saturday, triple play day, Tyler. Cancel all your plans. Triple play day. 11 o'clock, women's volleyball, Penn State Abington. 1 o'clock, women's soccer, SUNY Poly. And 3:15, men's soccer, SUNY Poly. So
sounds like a plan.
I'll bring lunch.
Say it's Saturday.
Next Saturday.
All right. Well, guess I'm not doing it. That's
all right,
good.
good. Yeah, that's one of you. We'll call the others. Okay, are we ready? Anything else there on LBC, Tyler?
No, I think I'm ready.
Do you want to introduce?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, you introduce the top 5 for this week.
Yeah. So today on the top 5, we have Freeman and Tyler trying to come up with their top 5 college mascots. And not just the team name of the school or the name they identify with, but they actually have to have a mascot at the games. So, do you want to go first?
Sure. I will go first. I'm going to make a late change here.
Okay, I like it.
I'm just thinking some more. So I'm going to go 5-1. Number 5. This is my change. I had something else. Number 5, Florida State. I'm not a Florida State guy.
Okay.
But
all right.
I don't know. He rides in on the horse.
Yeah,
Seminole. Oh, was that yours?
I was actually going to take that one, but
Sorry.
it's okay.
Do you want to go with my original one?
No.
It's pretty cool. And then don't they have like the flaming thing? And
they spikes
throw it
on
into
the
the ground.
field.
That's pretty cool.
It's pretty sick.
Yeah, all the way to what are they, 0-4?
Yeah,
1-3 or something?
But that's besides the point.
Okay, fine. Number 4, USC. Again, maybe it's a horse thing. I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know.
But he rides in on the horse. Does the thing.
We got the Chargers,
with
so
right.
there you go.
Is that good for you? The Trojans thing. We've got they're all in the get-up and the white horse, and he's got the sword. I like that. Number 3, Colorado. They run in with the buffalo, like a real buffalo.
You're a big run-in guy.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. It's a real buffalo.
Yeah,
like they got
sweet.
the guys who handle it.
I know.
I don't know.
It's
no,
awesome.
No thanks.
Just think if that thing ever got away, too.
Well, that's what I'm talking
That thing's
about.
doing some damage.
Yeah. Like, we're not having football. This is like... Okay,
no.
anyway.
Well, that thing's going to be playing football. You're going to be trying to tackle that thing.
Yeah, that's how you should have to make the team. All right, then the last 2 are homer picks, like big time.
Gotcha.
So number 2 is Villanova.
Okay.
My mother and sister went there, and it's just... I like the Wildcat. He has a round head. I'm not sure why, but I like that Wildcat, and he always has the basketball jersey on. And number 1's Penn State. I went there.
Okay.
So I feel like that's rough if I don't have that. And the Nittany Lion's cool. He flops his ears around. Gets people going. Long tail.
Yeah.
He hits his ears. My son likes that.
Yeah.
So probably a boring top 5. I do think the Buffalo is pretty cool for Colorado. So.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Okay.
Your top 5.
All right, so I think my top 5, I'm going to start out with Sparty, Michigan State. He's got a cool get-up, I think.
Landon don't like that.
Yeah, not a huge Michigan State guy, but
that's good to hear.
I like the mascot.
Okay.
Number 2, I guess it would have been number 4, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with Penn State, Nittany Lion.
Okay.
I'm a homer there, too.
It's high.
Number 3. This is a tough one. I think I just like it because their name. Actually, no. I'm going to change it.
Late change.
Yeah. I like, what is it? Oklahoma State, the Cowboys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I think he's got they have a cool logo, first off.
Does he have the handlebar mustache?
Yeah. I mean, that's.
Oh, nice. And he's a ginger.
Yeah. If you're rocking that handlebar mustache, you're just winning automatically.
Could be something to look into.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. little horse in the name mustache game. I don't know. What am I at? Was that 3?
That was 3. You're top 2.
Okay, top 2. Number 2. I'm gonna go with the Duke Blue Devil. That's another homer pick for me.
It's great. It's lovely.
But just the way he interacts with the fans at Cameron, I think it's cool.
I do enjoy that. I suppose.
I'm a little biased.
It's okay. That's all right.
And then number 1, I think it's just the coolest thing. LSU.
Oh,
and
right.
the tiger on the sideline. Like, come on.
Real
that's
tiger.
Yeah, it's
Right.
a real tiger. not a person dressed up like a tiger.
Are there many tigers in Louisiana?
I don't know.
I can't
That's a
imagine.
good question. I don't think there's too many tigers anywhere.
Not on this continent, but
Or, yeah,
Okay.
maybe Asia somewhere. But,
I don't know
I mean,
tigers.
it's in a cage. I think it'd be a little bit more intimidating to the other team if they would just let it prowl around on the other sideline. But, in the cage works. You don't want that thing getting away.
I like it.
So, yeah.
Very good. Okay. That was good. I like that we're doing the same one. I don't
Yeah.
like when we do that different ones because then I always feel
Yeah.
like, oh, I wish I could answer that.
Keeps it a little
Or
more
I have such a better
focused.
answer than that. Like that.
Yeah.
I'm just comparing. Oh, that's a terrible answer.
Now we just get to try to one-up each other.
Yeah, that's good.
So it's perfect.
It's very good. Perfect. All right. So, again, thank you to Hannah for stopping by. I like that. I think we'll try to have some more guests here occasionally as well. There's a lot of people on campus here who have good things to say. And obviously with the big volleyball matches this weekend, it was nice to have a women's volleyball player here. Again, if you're in town Friday night, Gallaudet, I would hope that's a big match that a lot of students would come out to and support the team on Friday. I know there's lots of things going on Saturday. So, obviously, if you're around, certainly come out and support the Chargers. But Friday night's a big one. And we'd love to see everybody here at the Horst Athletic Center. That's it for this week. I want to, again, always thank Tyler. And
Good job today.
yes, you as well. It's very good. I liked it. And
Very organized.
yeah, I think so. We'll see you tomorrow night around 6 o'clock for Gallaudet and Lancaster Bible Women's Volleyball. This is the Horse with No Name podcast on the Chargers Sports Network. Go Chargers, go.